Hello.
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 There you are.
Usually am. Okay. You got power today? That's good so far.
We're doing good so far. Something's going jingle, jangle, jangle.
Yeah, that's the, oh, I need to turn that off. That's my, my monitor, my security screens. It competes for bandwidth.
Yeah, your bandwidth actually came back up a little. I don't know what you did. You were down in the red.
I just turned it off. Okay.
So far, we're it.
Yeah, well, it's early. It's just starting to people show up.
It's a nice day.
Yeah.
Me and Patty went out. There are people out.
You did what?
We went up to the Dayton Mall and whatever. And I mean, there's a bunch of people out today.
We noticed that too. We were just prowling around town and there was traffic. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, bunch of people out. We went up to Menards. I picked up some Cat 5 cable. That was an adventure in itself. So apparently the Cat 5 cable is out back in the big warehouse. So when they cut it, you have to go back there to get it.
A Cat 5, or you wasn't Cat 6?
Oh, Cat 5's just fine for what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
But what I bought was industrial grade Cat 5 for underground burial, and it's got grease in it or something.
Oh, yeah.
It is nasty.
Yeah.
Had I actually thought about what it was I was buying, I would not have bought this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, the phone company used to do that. They would have a wire with grease in it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to work for what I'm doing, but it's going to take twice as long to do because I got to clean all the grease off the cables.
You have a crimping tool?
I already stuck it in the robot. So I've got some keystones and I'm going to use a regular Cat 5 to connect the bottom part of the robot to the head. And I'm just going to use the Cat 5 cable coming off the keystone to connect to the motor driver and some of the other sensors.
What would a keystone be?
It's a RJ45 jack with open ends on the backside.
You have to wire each one individually?
Yeah, you need the punch down tool to do it.
Oh, okay. You got a punch down tool.
Yeah.
Oh, you break them out and punch them down?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why had I realized there was grease in this or whatever it is, I got to clean each little wire off individually to do it.
Wow.
And I bought a wire wrap tool specifically for Cat 5, which was $13 for that wire wrap tool. So I'm going to wire wrap, these terminals here on that thing.
Okay. wire wrap. Are you talking about the
Yeah.
normally Cat5 wire wrap would be the real brittle wire?
Yeah. No, there's actually a tool specifically for Cat5 to do it.
And you can wire wrap on it's the 4-edged spade thing, and it'll do that.
It'll do it.
And
I checked before I bought it.
oh, okay.
And most people are recommending wire wrapping it and then soldering it, but they say it works just fine. So
Yeah, the old wire wrap was just you wire wrap it. It's don't need to solder it really. It's good. They had the 4 edges, and they would make a good connection. Yeah, yep.
Yeah. When I started working on that other robot, I bought all that wire wrap, and I'm like, God, why aren't we not using this? This stuff is great.
Yeah.
It's time consuming, but it's great.
Yeah. It's a little, it doesn't like to lay in cable trays and stuff. It kind of likes to flop around, kind of like me.
Well, that's one reason why I thought, if I use Cat5, it'll keep all the wire nice and neat, or mostly nice and neat inside the thing.
Yeah.
And then if I ever need to take the head off, all I have to do is unplug one wire.
Patty pulled my butt out of the fire this week.
Okay.
I decided I wanted to go through self-checkout. Usually I let Gail drive the bus. And oh man, I crashed and burned. Oh, it was bad. I was a little bit off my oats anyway. I got water in my ear or something. But oh man, she came and pulled my buns out of the fire. I was dying. But then the printed labels for the Yahoo's don't scan. Well, I didn't think about that. Of course, I've got a couple of Yahoo's in there, Yahoo's, and she showed me how to get through it.
Yeah. She'll do that. She's pretty good. She's back behind me somewhere.
You got a 5-inch speaker up there? Sitting up there above your robot? Yeah. Oh, that's your robot speaker. Oh, okay.
That's came with the kid.
Oh, okay.
So it's plenty loud. That's the microphone. The Raspberry Pi is back here on the other side. I bought the 15 to 72 volt to 12 volt. That is beefy. That thing's big.
Okay.
Nice and beefy. And then where is it? I'm going to have to go off of the 12 volt, which I know you didn't like, but I'm going to have to go off the 12 volt side down to 5 volts.
Oh, okay.
So
I want to put a capacitor or something in there to make sure that's
that thing is nice and beefy too.
Yeah, that looks like a beefy one.
Yeah. That's 8 amps. So this is going to come down to 12 volt at 5 amps, and then this is supposed to be able to do 8 amps at 5 volts. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's the plan.
Yeah, I can try it and see.
And then that's the 36 volt battery that is going to replace everything. I've got 3 of those. I've got 3 of those.
Well, that's 12 volt.
Do what?
No,
that's 36 volt. I've got 3 of them.
3 36 volts. You're gonna put it in parallel.
No. My thought was be able to replace it if I need to. Just pop one out, pop another one in. But those are LiPo batteries, so that they should last a good long time. Especially since
those are LiPo?
using 12 volts.
Those are lipos?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that is pretty small.
And it's not, well, it's got some weight to it, but it's not heavy. It's not like those gel cells.
Yeah.
This thing probably weighs a third of what those gel cells weigh. But it's coming together. I should have everything should be here this week, so I should be able to finish it up this week. I'm replacing, you remember how dim the LEDs were that were in it, the original LEDs?
Uh-huh.
I'm replacing those with NeoPixels.
Oh, okay. And that ought to give you some nice functionality too.
Yeah. Yeah. I ran the idea past Vicente, and he said that would be pretty cool to be able to have LEDs, RGBs. So I found some that are the right size. They'll pop right into the holes. I just got to figure out how to keep them from shorting.
I lost a trail camera last week and ordered a new one. I paid $32 for one. It's like new, probably a return or something. I use the Victors. They're pretty much the same. This is 12 megapixel. They're okay. They're pretty good. 12 megapixels, pretty good resolution. Daylight resolution's excellent. Nice is nighttime, not so much. But one of them I got, one of my old ones, my first one actually, I would plug in the USB cable and download the pictures via the USB cable without pulling out the SD card.
Right.
And that worked. And then I got the last time I used it, it actually had one of the videos was corrupt, and it only had 3 videos on it. I said, yeah, sometimes stuff happens. So I loaded it up and got it back in service and going to put it out there and try to turn it on. It wouldn't come on. It will come on with a USB cable, but it won't come on off the battery. And I thought that was interesting. I want to try a reset on it. I think it just got water in it, but I'm going to try a reset on it. This new one's a little bit different style. The front plate is a little different than the others, so I'm not sure what the deal is there. We'll see. I'll put it through its paces.
Mm. Vicente just texted me. Did you not send out a meeting notice today? He wanted to know if we were meeting.
I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Did you? Did you get?
I didn't get it. If you sent it, unless it ended up in spam. Nope,
see.
It's not in spam.
Let me check.
Maybe that's why nobody's here.
Maybe I have to send it out. I can send it out now. Let's see. Sent. I don't see it. Okay, let me send it out. I went through it. I went through this morning and dressed it up and got it ready, but I guess I forgot to send it out.
You forgot to hit the button.
Yeah. Control A, Control C, mail.
I don't know. I told him it should be the same as last week, but
Yeah.
so you had a
So
trip.
now we can't say that anymore. It's
what?
gone. I've been having air conditioner wars over here, so I've been distracted.
There it is. Got it. Hopefully Vicente will come figure it out. Me and Patty are probably going to get new phones this week.
Oh, yeah?
Our batteries are biting the dust.
Wow.
Mine is down. I took it off the charger this morning at about 10 o'clock, and it is down to 38%. It used to last 2 days. It hasn't even lasted, And the flash on mine stopped working. I don't know why it stopped working. And people say they can't hear me when I'm talking to them. So I think my phone is just dying. I think it's dead.
Was that a Moto E?
E4, yeah.
Oh, okay. I got a G3 or 4, 5, something. It's one that's not the latest model. It's
right.
At least one version back. I got it for like $70 off the internet. Had to tinker with them a little bit, but I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got Gail one. $70 We had to tinker with it a little bit to get it right. But I used ones, and I think this one was a Amazon flavor, because it always asks me, "Oh, have you signed into your Amazon account?" No.
Sign into your Amazon account.
Yeah, I answer that once a day, and I'm good. But I think it's a G5. The G5 I noticed the battery life is dropping off a little bit, but it'll last all day solid. Yeah. If I forget to charge it on the second day by noon, I need to be doing something.
I was looking at the Moto G stylus, which is it's a beefy phone, and they're still calling it a low-end phone. It's got 128 gigs of RAM and all kinds of other stuff. I mean, it's got more crap in it than my computer does.
And I noticed they're putting beefier batteries in some of the later models too. And the G7 has a beefy battery.
Yep. 4,000 milliamps. And this one, I think, only had 3,200 milliamps. So it should last a little longer. But 128 gigs of storage space. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah. And they accept an SD card, so
and and it's an opti-core? No, it's 6 cores, I think. I think it's 6 cores. I mean, oh, Ray's here. Everybody say hi to Ray. when Ray comes. Maybe Ray's joining.
I think if he's traveling, his phone takes a little while to connect.
He may be traveling. There he is. Hey, Ray.
He's traveling incognito, like me. Of course, we never know if he's actually in a vehicle anymore because he puts a picture of a vehicle up behind him. So we never know if he's really there or not.
He switched his camera on, but I don't. There he is.
He's home. Or are you home or are you in the truck with a screen of your home behind you? It's hard for us.
I'm home. I'm in my office.
What's going on, Ray?
Not a whole lot going on, really. What are you guys up to?
About that.
I just told him about my trail cam. My trail cam died and I replaced it. No big deal. $30 12 megabit trail cam.
Okay.
Vicente figured it out. Here comes Vicente.
No, I just now got the email. I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on? All right, I'm good.
Yeah, Vicente nailed me, busted me. I reviewed everything this morning and got everything in ship shape to send out, but I didn't send it out.
You didn't send anything out. Okay.
Good thing Mr. California's not here. I'd be in trouble.
There's Vicente.
Hi.
You found us. You figured it out, huh?
Huh?
You found us.
I didn't receive the mail for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been beating me up. It's the same every week, by the way, guys. For probably Leroy's is too, right, Leroy?
I think I'm getting close to needing to set up another one. I think I only set it up for 10 or 11. I'm not sure how many I've got left. So.
What's going on?
For right now, it's the same.
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
We're here. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Was talking about my experiences with Cat 5 and whatever at buying it from Menards today. That was not fun. Menards has a Cat 5 with grease in it. There, Ray.
Yeah, I got crap loads of Cat 5 cable. You guys can keep it. I have so much Cat 5 cable.
You know,
I probably have 5 boxes with partial amounts. I got some commercial grade stuff.
I didn't even think about because I only needed like a couple of foot of it, and I went up there and
you already used it.
Yeah, I probably got what I paid for left though. But I didn't even think about you having all that extra.
Oh, I've got industrial grade grounding type connectors. I've got the cable with the ground wire in it, the shielded stuff, the shielded with the gel in it.
Yeah. That grease that's in there, that's some.
This is becoming kind of vintage.
Do what?
Vintage.
Yeah.
You don't use.
I'm not loving that stuff.
wiring networks anymore.
What are you up to, Vicente?
What?
What are you up to? What are you doing?
I'm still working in the ruler computer.
Oh, okay.
I finally did the interface to the real world, a couple of registers. I don't know. Can you see there? I made the arcade box of buttons. This
Okay.
you can connect the ruler. You can connect it to the buttons, and you have the same behavior than the keyboard and the display here. And you can now, this is the game, the Pong game. You can try to return the ball.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
cute. I missed that one.
Whatever,
Cool.
and it's working.
Looks good. What have you been doing, Ray?
Huh?
He's still.
What has Ray been doing? I'm trying to slack off as much as possible.
Oh. Well,
Slacking.
You should discuss that with me and Leroy. We're professionals.
Working as little as possible. Let's see. Recently, I can't even remember where I went. It was that bad. Let's see. I was in North Carolina last week, so that's why I missed my meetings then. I feel like we should have chips. I went to my meeting this week.
We could 3D print some.
My 3D printer is running. I've actually been printing out, they're called Lightburn camera modules. So these cameras go inside the laser machine. So the problem is that they're so thin and delicate, you actually have to get a pivoting mount, and we've been 3D printing the pivot mounts. I believe that I'm going to be getting a subscription to Fusion 360, so we can do some, so I can do some 3D parametric modeling and designs. I've got a new camera that I'm playing with. Obviously, it's not the one that I'm using right here, or else it'd look funny, right?
Look like a Where's cat or a Wise.
Wise. This is that's exactly it. It's a Wise, WYZE cam.
Yeah.
$24, something like that, from Micro Center.
Yeah.
Yep. And they have this cool little stand.
I saw it, yeah.
Yep. It's sad, I know that.
Ooh. I guess it just snaps down into its magnetic somehow. It kind of goes click. But I have yet to actually get it to recognize to the computer since I just opened it up 40 seconds ago. What else have I been playing with? I got a new amateur radio, little handy talkie, and I bought 2 base station radios.
Cool.
So it's the ICOM-9700, and Leroy's on the hunt to figure out what the heck Ray just bought. And
the 9700, that's a big radio, isn't it?
that is a really nice big radio, yes.
Yeah.
I also bought the ICOM-7300, which is
I don't know that one.
it's another really big radio. So the 9700 is probably the biggest, nicest, capable radio out there, under $5,000. And it covers 440 and 140 megahertz, and 1.2 gigahertz and some others.
And it does D-Star.
D-Star, the DMR, the whole deal.
Yeah.
The other radio that I got is the 7300, and that is the HF band, so it's 50 megahertz and lower. So someday I'll be looking into a 220, but for now I think I've blown my wad and I'm good. Okay, so yeah, that was just under $3,000, but these are radios that I expect to have for 10 years
Or more.
or more. Exactly, they're amazing radios. So
the ICOM 7300 is disrupting the used ham radio market.
yeah, the reason is because the price is right around brand new $1,100. You get a $100 rebate. So at $1,000, you have a radio that does so much. It's an amazing quality, and where the price used to be that a brand new radio would cost you $1,200 to $1,600, and then if you're expecting to buy that from someone else used a year later, they want to sell theirs for $900. So now we have an even better radio that's only $1,000, and it's destroying the market for used radios because you just can't get the value out of a used radio when you compare it to the 7300.
Well, Bofin and some of the other Chinese makers did the same thing.
No. We're not talking about Chinese knockoff.
I know we're not
junk.
talking about Chinese, but when you can get an entry-level radio for under, $50.
Get an entry-level radio for under $30.
Yeah, there you go.
And, this is see if I can get it up there on the camera. So you're talking about this right here is a tri-band radio. So it'll hit 140 megahertz, 220 megahertz, and 440 megahertz.
Which model is that?
This is the Baofeng UV-5R3.
Okay.
And the 3 means tri-band.
Tri-band.
My dad just left like 20 minutes ago, or else he would show you. He brought in like 8 radios today, which is really interesting. Oh, yeah. You got a couple of those. Which ones do you have there?
This one's the ICOM ID51 D-Star.
Okay.
The ICOM 92 D-Star. And then an older 5R.
It's a UV5R?
UV5R, yeah.
Okay, so this is the UV5R3. So the UV5R is a dual band that covers 140 megahertz and 440 megahertz, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Batteries are still compatible between yours and mine.
It's the same
I've got
you've got better firmware.
What's that?
You've got better firmware in your radio.
Probably.
Yeah.
I've got the same one you've got at home. My daughter won. She was at an amateur radio convention, and she won a set of those radios. And they told her that you just have to promise that someday you're going to get your license.
I got that one from some auction up in Dayton for like $15. I was like, okay. I was looking for I've got a DMR radio somewhere. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, this is a really cool. I think this is a really cool radio.
Yeah.
It comes with a standard little bitty stick antenna, a little rubber ducky here, but there's an additional 15-inch radio antenna that you can buy, and they're only a few dollars. That antenna is also a dual band antenna. So, you know, you get something like this, complete kit, charger, and everything for under $30. That's a heck of a deal. So,
well, but that's what I mean when you can get this entry level radio, and then on the used market they're $10 to $15 a piece.
well, the article was talking about the 7300 is destroying the market. It's not talking about compared to Chinese radios. It's talking about how the market that they're talking about is when you're looking at used ICOM radios. Because when you look at your ICOM HT, what did that cost you? Okay, what is it normally new?
I forget what I paid for the 92. It had to be up close to $400.
Okay,
And
so if you were going to sell it, would you be hoping for $400, $200?
what?
That's Vicente gone wild.
I probably wouldn't sell the 92.
If you felt like you had to sell it, okay, you would want probably $200 for it, at least half what you paid for it.
Yeah.
But then you got people with these, you know, they're buying them for $30. That's destroying the market, but with a different brand name product.
Yeah, well.
But if ICOM came out with a radio that did better quality, better durability, and they're like, hey, $100, you would be pissed. Well, that's kind of what ICOM did with the 7300. They came out with this great radio that people were upset about because it's like, hey, this thing's so much better than what we bought last year.
And it's cheaper.
And it's cheaper.
And it's cheaper. I got it. They're not comparing themselves. They're comparing themselves to what they got last year. So if the 7300 was $1,500 versus what they paid last year, they wouldn't have been so upset about it.
Right. But it's coming in at $1,100
with a $100 rebate.
Yeah,
I got it.
and then on this, 5 minutes later, you buy the 9700.
Yeah, so I just looked. Nobody is selling the 92 on eBay. I can't find it, which either means it's a good radio and people like to keep it, or there's just no market. Here's one that sold for $217. And here's one that sold for $170. So probably 200 would be right around the right mark for it. But I love this 51. I know I paid less for this ID 51, and it's got more features in it. I know I paid less for it. It's got a built-in GPS and SD card and data jack and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it does all kinds of stuff.
Okay. So because of current demand, I don't think anybody's given a discount price on these 7300 or the 9700 radios. It was upsetting to me to see that, but it's just a hell of a radio, both of them. Different frequencies, but a hell of a radio. So there I go. I'm done ranting.
When is Windows going to fix locking the taskbar or hiding the taskbar? It has never worked properly since day one. Never.
I like it for it to be hidden.
I like it to be hidden too, but right now it won't hide itself. And I can try to hide it, but it'll come back. I figure maybe the iSpy software, since it does so much video surveillance software, the sort of security camera software, that it conflicts with how the screen's done. But it's still irritating to have that same thing since they brought that feature out 20 years ago. It still won't hide. Enough of that? Okay. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, we had interesting numbers this week from the COVID-19. Let me bring that guy up. Let's see, I can just do the regular chart. For some reason, yesterday, we got some crazy numbers from the source. See if I can share my screen. Share screen set up.
You should be
like
able
it.
to.
And here we go. So we'll go through the formalities here. Here's a trend chart. I'm doing a trend chart now for general purposes. And here's a nice, the red is a 20-day moving average, the long with all the points plotted on it. And then we got the fit for the daily numbers and the 20-day moving average. And the blue line is the daily number, and it's beneath the 20-day moving average, which is good. But yesterday we had this, and the numbers were just bizarre. It looked like there was a mistake or something, or somebody was playing politics. I don't know what it is yet. I haven't found anything relating to it. But you see that big spike there, that's rather unique. And the numbers, I noticed New Jersey came in with like minus 100 deaths today. So
minus 100.
Yeah.
Is this like zombie wreck?
Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah.
Every one of them named Lazarus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no new book. Still a good book. The Magnolia Store. That's the Chip and Joanna Gaines story. Pretty good book if you hadn't followed that. The news this week, I just found one article, not a lot there this week. $1 billion solar plant is obsolete. This was it looked like they were trying to do it with plants or something. They were going to focus the solar light onto plants and have a huge growth cycle or something. It's supposed to put out, a bunch of megawatts, and they actually abandoned it before it was finished. This is 700 and something million of our money, taxpayers' monies that went awry. Also, I'm seeing there were some articles in last week's news. You can see the newsletter. They're claiming that they're getting 1.35 cents per kilowatt hour cost out of solar panels. We're about 6 in Ohio. They're doing 1.35 from solar. The cost is interesting in their world. Does cost consider replacing them on their death cycle? Solar cells do have a death cycle. How long can they run the MTBF stuff? So they and yeah, it doesn't include distribution, but 1.35 is good. Now, is it real? I don't know. The one of the kinks is it has to be in a high sun area, which is like in the desert, and there are a few places in the U.S. That these would be useful. In fact, when we went to Death Valley this year, we happened to be right across the street from a solar array in Nevada. And they were selling the power to California, not Nevada where it's being generated. But apparently they're having some success. So that was the news for this week. Anything else? Oh. Except for my rant about Microsoft and hiding the, locking the taskbar. I've been fighting various things, bridges washing out on our property and air conditioner blues and that sort of thing. So I've been entertaining myself otherwise. I did take some time for the surveillance camera. I have one where I watch the road, and I found out narrowing the field of view did help significantly reduce chatter. I narrowed the field of view to just very strictly the road, and I also tilt the camera where the road is at the bottom of the screen. My particular cameras are pretty dumb, and it's hard for them. I wanted both cameras to see color, and one of them switched over to black and white, and I ran out of color. So what I did was tilt the camera up where I wasn't seeing the yard from the light from the front yard, and I was seeing the sky and trees and stuff like that, which is darker. And I also found an adjustment on the camera to give me more time on color before it goes to infrared. Now I am on infrared. It's still blurring pretty bad at night, that sort of thing. So Vicente, you were showing us your shortwave radio, AM, FM radio?
No, this is a night box radio.
It's a what?
$9.
$9?
China.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay. AM, FM, shortwave?
FM, yeah, shortwave, AM, FM, and you have a recording and player also. It's full of stuff.
Single sideband?
Vicente didn't want
AM, FM, SW.
Okay. No single sideband. Single sideband is usually cost you money when you get one of those. They want real money.
He just didn't want to feel left out showing off radios.
And then when you get single sideband, all you can hear is a bunch of hams jacking at each other.
CBers.
See, I didn't say that. He said that, Ray.
CBers. Crazy CB people.
Yeah.
Down in that illegal band.
It's not illegal. It's just everything they're doing is illegal. The band itself is okay.
It's illegal to talk, but not illegal to hear.
No, it when you talk, you're only allowed to use 4 watts of transmit power. And everybody in that band is above that.
Okay.
They're down there cursing and playing music and screaming at each other. And
They're
I know because my dad used to do it all the time, and he got
down
into
in like
plenty
a
of trouble.
sub band. They're not even really in the band. They're down somewhere where they modified the radio to get to it.
But
Yeah.
the spectrum is busy, or there is no people actually talking in the radio.
I think they still use
Amateur radio.
Still use it. Some. Now they have the utility channel thing, right? The little handy-talkie things.
What, the FRS radios?
Yeah.
Handy-talkie things.
Yeah, well, CD as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it could be analogous to CD rigs, but they still have CD. You know, I think I still hear them occasionally. That's weird. They have skip on 10 meters too, occasionally. Does your dad still use his?
CB radio?
Yeah.
I don't think he's owned a CB radio in 20 years. We've been into amateur radio for 35 years. So, no.
I think the truckers still use it for, watching out for Smokey, watching for Smokey.
They mainly use it to talk to each other regarding traffic, big traffic, or is there somewhere they need to drive around?
Whether
sometimes they're telling each other when there's like everybody's going to get stopped for inspections. If they know that everybody on this particular highway is getting stopped for inspections and weighing and stuff like that, then they'll go ahead and they'll take an alternate route.
So that they used to use it for local communication, and everyone had a CB rig. I had one. It was really
I had this one that big folding antenna and big old thing, and you just hold it up to your head and talk. Yeah, it's crazy.
When you're driving down the road, it's very useful.
Yeah, right.
I started to get into my shed a couple of days ago. I think there's 6 single sideband CB radios in there.
Wow.
I don't know why I've still got them.
I think that Elon Musk will finish that with the Starlink. You won't need any more. Anything.
I'm sure I bought them at some auction somewhere and I bought them because they were cheap. A few bucks or something.
I think a lot of them are still AM. Seriously.
Yeah.
But it's just a little
unless you modify it or get an import or an export radio. They do make FM CV radios. You're just not supposed to use them in the States.
Yeah, the thing is that they don't abide by Part 90 and Part 97.
95.
Really? Okay.
Something, I don't know. It's one of those, yeah. And then, of course, everybody's got a linear amplifier that wants to use them, so.
Kickers are probably cheap, huh?
Linear used to cost like $3 a watt. I think they're down to like 50 cents a watt now. So you could buy a 100-watt linear amplifier for like $50.
So the FRS, are people using the FRS like they used to use CB? Because if you want highway information, that was, channel 19 was a way to find out what was going on. And FRS should be taking over that slot, you would think.
The thing about FRS is it doesn't lend it so well to having high power amplifiers.
Well, the thing with FRS is the radios don't have a removable antenna, so you're stuck inside the car, and they're only supposed to be in handheld form. They don't make them any other way. They're only for handhelds. The GMRS, they have a removable antenna, and they make them for the car, but you need a license for those.
You should have a license, or you need a license.
You are supposed to have a license.
You're supposed to have a license for a CD too.
That hasn't been the case in 30 years. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The FRS radios are free. There's a radio band, they call it MERS, I believe. And it is a free band. It's a free band to use. But you're limited to 1/4 of a watt or something off of that. And they do make, most of the MERS radios are old commercial radios that have been converted for use. So you can get pretty much anything in that band. But that would be, if one was going to replace CB, it would probably be MERS, not FRS. FRS is just too limited.
So CB is probably still there doing what it's been doing for 50 years.
You can still hear some of the big channels. They're always wanting to do the DX work.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, for local information, it was the best. It was really, the ham really wasn't that popular for local information.
No. But if I was going to probably put one of those in the car, I probably would put a MERS radio in or something that's capable of doing that. We are down to like roughly 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're saying we're either all going to go home? Well, okay, I'm going to go home, or meet up on the other number.
Well, that's Jim's call.
Yeah, we'll put it up. See who shows up.
Say go home.
Or you can go home.
Or you could go home.
Mama can come by with a drive-by and you'd be out of here, I tell you. She come by and Ray's cubicle and he's gone.
All right. Well, between now and the next session, I'm going to see what I can do about getting this little camera up and running. Right now, I'm upgrading the firmware.
Cool. It's USB?
It does have 2 cables on it. One is just external power, so that you can run it all Wi-Fi. And it has an app that runs on your cell phone. And the other cable is supposed to go directly to your computer. And I thought that it would let me watch the video on my computer. So
into a webcam.
Yeah, just turning it into a webcam.
Yeah,
I'd rather use it without the Wi-Fi ability. Really?
Yeah.
Is there a PC version of the Weiss cam software? Because I thought for sure that I read something about PC version software.
Yeah. That latest little camera I got has PC software. I was kind of surprised because usually they don't, or they have some software that's compatible with, what was it? Windows Original Explorer, Internet Explorer. I've got one of those that's compatible with Internet Explorer, and I still have to use it when I want to see it on the PC.
It looks like there is an app for running that on the PC.
Cool. That's good. OnVIF is nice because of the compression. You really need compression, H.264 or 265. And OnVIF supports 264. It really reduces your bandwidth down to nothing. All right. See you guys in a few minutes.
All right.
In a few minutes.
Who wants to come? Come if you want to come. That's why we are. You're welcome to come. But if you need to go home and get some there, put some Visine in your eyes or something. Yeah, that's what we need to do.
I'll see everybody in a few.
Okay. All righty.
Bye.